In this video, we are going to do these 5 questions, right? Yeah, 5 questions from the chapter Mensuration. Right? They are based on cuboid, cube, and cylinder. Right. Let's begin with the first question over here. In the next question, it says a rectangular paper of width 14 centimeter is rolled along its length and a cylinder of radius 20 centimeter is formed. What we have to find out is the volume of the cylinder. So let's say if I take one rectangular, let's say this is the rectangular sheet and its width is given, and how much is its width? This is the width over here, which is 14 centimeters. So I can say this is 14 centimeter. Now this sheet is this sheet is rolled, it's being rolled like this to form a cylinder like this. So you can see now this figure is actually a cylinder over here. And what we can see from here that its height of the cylinder will be same as 14 centimeter, which is the width here. This is 14 centimeter. And its radius is being mentioned. And how much is the radius? Radius is given as 20 centimeters. So we have R as how much? 20 centimeter. And what we have to find out is the volume. So for that, we'll apply the formula, which is pi R square H. So pi is how much? 22 over 7. Square of the radius, that is 20 multiplied by 20. That multiplied by the height, and height is 14. So we can reduce it. As you can see, 7 one time, 7 two times get cancelled. And rest is what? This is 2 into 2, 4 into 2, 8 into 2, 16. And we'll do 16. Let's say 16 and 16, that is 176. 1760. And this is volume, should be centimeter cube. So we have 22 into 400 into 2. Yeah, 176. There will be one more zero. Yeah, there should be one more zero. This much centimeter cube is the volume. In the next question, it says a building. There are 24 cylindrical pillars. The radius of each pillar is 28 centimeter and height 4 centimeter. So height is how much? 4 centimeter, and the radius is, well, this is in centimeter and the other is in meter. So we should write 0.28. Well, this is in meter. And this should also be written in meter. You know that 1 meter is 100 centimeter. Now, further, what we are need to find out is to find the cost of painting the surface area, right, of all the pillars at the rate of rupees 8 per meter square. So the rate over here is given. The rate here is rupees 8 per meter square. Now you know that for a cylinder, it's only the curved surface area is exposed and not their bases. So we will be just finding the curved surface area of cylindrical pillar. And that's for one, right? Curved surface area of a cylindrical pillar should give you what? That's 2 pi RH. So if I replace pi with 22 over 7 and the radius over here is how much? 0.28. So let's take it 0.28 multiplied by the height, which is 4. Right, we can reduce here. That is 7 one time, 7. This will be 4 times, so 0.4. So this is 44 and this is 4 into 4 is 16, 0.16. That's for the 1. So now if I multiply this, 44 into 16 is how much? Is 704. So it should come as 7.04. Now, once we get the area for the one pillar, we have to find how many? 24 pillars. So we can say that the surface area of 24 pillars is going to be what? 24 multiplied by 7.04. So this multiplied by 24 should give you 16,16896 and 1 decimal place. Right, but then we have to find out the cost, and the rate is given over here. This is in meter square. So therefore the cost is what? The rate multiplied by the area. So rate is 8 multiplied by 168.96. So if I multiply this by 8, we are going to get 135168 with 2 decimal place. So they will say that this is what the cost needed for. Yeah, make sure you write a decimal over here. This is the decimal. Well, the next question says a rectangular block of metal whose measurement is measuring 4 centimeter by 5 centimeter by 6 centimeter and are melted down to make a block which is 8 centimeter by 3 centimeter. And what we have to find out is the height of the block. So what we can figure out that from here that we have one big metallic cuboid and they are melted, right? It is melted to form another cuboid with their length and breadth are different. So we can say that their volumes remain same. So V1, let's say the volume of the first should be equal to volume of the second. So volume of the first cuboid, which is what? Length into breadth into height. So 4 into 5 into 6 is equal to for the other, which is 8 into is how much wide? 3. And say if I take the height as h. So now let's transpose this number over here. So this is 4 into 5 into 6. If I bring down 8 and 3 to this side, that should give us the value of h. So this is 4 1 times 4 2 times 2 into 3 6 and 6 get cancelled. So we get height as 5 centimeters. The required height of the block will be 5 centimeter. And this question is says how many lead cubes of each of size 2 centimeter would be made from a lead cube of 8 centimeter. So the question here mean to say that if I have a large lead cube and if I make how many lead cubes of size this can be. So if I cut them and make into smaller pieces, how many such cubes are possible? So let's say I take this as L as the cube, and if I use capital L to take the edge of this cube. Now check here what we can see. If I take the number of lead cubes as n, so n multiplied by the volume of this one, say V1 will be equal to what? The volume of large. As you know that when you recast or when you cut a figure, solid figure into smaller pieces, their volume remains same. So n is what we have to find out. I can replace this with L cube and this has capital L cube. Now check, we have the value of this as 2. So this is 2 cube and this is how much? 8 cube. So I can say from here that's 8 cube is what? 8 into 8 into 8 divided by this, which is nothing but 2 into 2 into 2. This is how much? 8. And 8 and 8 get cancelled. That results to give you 8 into 8. That is 64 such cubes are possible, can be made. In this question, it says area of 4 walls in a room is how much? 120 meters square and its length is twice its breadth. Further, it says it's the height of the room is how much? 4 meter. What we have to find out is the area of the floor. So what we know? Number one, we know height as how much? Say 4 meter. And if I take the width or the breadth as say x, then its length will be what? It is twice, right, the width. So once we got the length and breadth, we are given what? The area of 4 walls. And what is the formula for area of 4 walls? It is 2h bracket L plus B is area of 4 walls, which is given to us as 120 meters square. So let's substitute the value. We have this as how much? 4, right? So this is 4, the height, and the length as 2x, the breadth as x is equal to 120. So 4 into 2 is how much? 8, and 8 multiplied by 2x plus x is 3x, right? Is equal to 120. This is 24x is equal to 120. So x is equal to 120 divided by 24 divisible by 5. So we got x as 5. Now check if I plug in the value of x here, we are going to get breadth as x, and x is how much? 4. So it's 4 meter. Oh, sorry, that's 5. 5 meter. The length from here, length is 2 times x, and 2 times 5 is how much? 10. That is 10 meter. Now, once we got the value of length and breadth, and what we have to find out was to area of the floor. Well, the floor area, this is area of the floor, and area of floor, which is what? Length into breadth. Length from here is how much? 10. And the breadth is how much? 5. So that results to give you 50 meters square. This is how we will do this question.